Go.
Hello, everybody, welcome. Another Consortium Interregnum. Yay!
Wahoo!
Wahoo. It's me. Let's
You guys remember what happened last time?
We explored a thing. We saw
Yep.
my grandpa. We found out where my dad was.
Kind of.
Kinda.
Yeah, we got more intel.
He's here, there, and he's in your heart. I'm sorry.
I
Not
think I
your
saw a
heart,
puddle of him on the
heart
floor.
of the dead god that you dwell in the systems of. But he's in there.
Oh, who dropped?
Who dropped?
We lost
Sorcerer.
Cinna.
We lost Cinna. Shit. Well.
Oh, they're back.
Welcome back.
Oh yeah, I died.
What
Awesome.
happens?
Why you're not dead anymore?
You got better.
Yeah. It's
I got
okay, but I
better.
died. But continue what were we talking about?
It was that when you guys got home and you picked up and you opened up the box and it was just a big pipe bomb and it killed you all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
We all
True.
died.
And now we're all in the waiting line.
Bombs boom, everyone dies.
Instead of the rocks fall, everybody dies. The package being a pipe bomb, everybody dies is really funny.
Good.
No, I just imagine
Nailed
like
pipe
the Inquisitor sends us a cobra, but he forgot to put holes in the box.
It just died.
He just sent us a snack.
Snake! Oh, wait, hold on. I think it's dead.
So,
Lunu
Just
is
grill it up,
dead.
you're good.
idea. He sends us a package, but it's a mimic. But because the mimic has adhesive skin, it can't get out of the mailbox. So it just dies.
Our mailbox is now just a mimic.
It's facing the wrong way, too. So we can't even go in the mouth end. It's just...
Oh no.
That's very unfortunate.
no.
We just got mimic
Or,
butthole.
just due to how long we were gone, it probably would have died of starvation.
We can't...
It's just eating all your junk mail.
Yeah, he's just eating all of our mail.
Paper. Yeah, it just eats paper.
Wait, could he potentially eat the next, agent he sent to,
Oh,
put another
God,
pipe
now
bomb in
I-
our mailbox?
God, now I have to watch a video from Mr. fucking Rex about, did you know that mimics could survive without eating for millions of years?
Um, What is it, a tardigrade now?
I don't know. I don't think they ever go into the fact that, how long mimics live, because you're going into a dungeon. How are these things still alive? If,
I'm assuming they eat rats.
it takes years. I mean, rats probably. But,
Also, immediately stopped with the rats argument. Typical.
But, logistically, what if it's, a larger mimic?
I mean, look at whales. They're just, filtering all the, shit out the air.
What if they're all just
Yeah,
filtered?
they're filter feeders. They eat flies.
Yeah, they
Technically, gelatinous cubes are filter feeders.
Yeah.
They filter through all the living matter in the dungeon.
Why, if you ever go inside a dungeon and it's very clean, you might want to be careful.
Yep.
But that's unrelated to anything I'm going to throw at you guys today.
Allegedly.
Our mailbox
Allegedly.
is a gelatinous cube.
So we went over what we did last time. You guys are there. The box contained a recording of your good friend Squilliam discussing replenishing his spell book with the Inquisitor, and then the Inquisitor shoved him into a vat.
Yeah, he's not gonna be normal. He's gonna be a Cronenberg.
Yep.
Yep. He's
Blair is horrified.
Yeah,
Or
just an
sure,
octopus.
because that. All we know is that the procedure can only be done to make someone a simic is elves, humans, and whatever the frog people are. The Squidwards.
Falcon.
The Vildakin.
Yeah, they're not frog people. They're kind of more goblins like. But there have been a couple of other races that have shown up a couple of times that have been simic hybrids as well. But it's rare. You know that there's never been a case of a dwarf turning into a simic hybrid, which is why the dwarves sometimes have issues. But there are others that have done it that aren't in the base lore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So,
But now we're back home. So what is our next move?
should we check on Squilliam?
I mean, we don't know where it is. Do we know where this was?
I thought we were gonna do the whole like George spirit journey thing.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
where are you
That's
gonna
right,
do
we
that?
gotta do that.
Yep.
We gotta go on another goddamn journey, and we already came home. This is bullshit.
I mean, this is more of the spirit journey sort of thing, so it
Okay,
should be
so we
this
could do this
hard.
from my couch.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can find out about George fucking cool backstory. I guess. I don't know. It's
All
probably
right.
not cool.
So how do we go on a spirit journey, George?
Do we just call
Well,
up
I-
Kalamazoo, get some herbs? What?
I mean, I was asking Blair for that. I thought Blair had the solution.
Yeah, so I've been able to go there, and I think Basil has on occasion. Although I used to do, I think, Tom, I think at some point you told me I didn't need to actually fall asleep to go to the fathom-flooded skies, at least, like, spiritually, anymore. But that was the way I was getting in there originally.
Didn't Luna get waterboarded and go there?
He got waterboarded to have a vision from there.
Yeah.
So,
Maybe
I mean,
we waterboard George and also knock him out.
we waterboard George.
I mean, I don't drown, but you can knock me out.
Wait, does George sleep? Question mark? Can he sleep?
No.
Oh, wait, this is a problem then. Well, you could just try meditating, I guess.
Yeah. You're not immune to the sleep condition. We could cast sleep on him.
Oh, true?
Like, I just don't sleep motion. Like, okay, I don't sleep, and magic can't put you to sleep. I could do a 4-hour rest and lie inert, basically, of which I still retain conscience. So,
Yeah.
power nap time, I guess.
Okay, so we gotta eat. Damn. Your soul is fucked.
Yeah, so we could try. I guess. I mean, I'm not. I guess we could do like a meditation, not like a meditation circle, but you know, I mean, unless any of you guys want to come too. But otherwise, Jordan and us could just go to my room and then just do like a meditation thing.
I mean, I guess the other idea is like I know he can't sleep.
Blair, can you roll me a religion check?
Who? Who rolled you the check? Blair?
Blair.
Oh, yeah, sorry, Blair. Yeah.
Me? Yeah. Okay.
Blairium.
Blair.
Let me open my sheet.
I think knocking him out is the same as sleeping, so I feel like it could work.
Yeah, I think we can get around that at least.
I have a terrible idea, but it's an expensive idea.
What's that?
Oh no.
We
Oops.
could kill George, and in that brief period of death,
Does anyone have advantage on religion? Or
So
we don't have permission
you can't come
to.
up with any way to immediately send him there, so that means that you probably will need to gather the information from some other place.
Okay. I guess we could call up our boy, the Pope. Wait, do we get his number or a way to contact him? We have a way of contacting him. There's no way we don't.
Yeah. You probably don't have his direct number, but you could reach out to the church in order to set up a meeting.
Yeah.
You also can you not talk to your whale friend and see if he knows anything?
Oh, I guess I could just actually do that, huh? I could just visit the flat-footed skies by myself real quick.
Alright, roll me another religion check.
Alright, this time I'm gonna cast guidance on myself. Oh god.
Ooh.
Even with the what is it? Is it a D4? I think it's D4,
Yep.
right?
D4.
3, 14.
Oh yeah, you've been attuned to the fathom flooded skies a couple of times now. So with a 14, you're able to connect. The connection's not super secure in terms of like you're kind of fading in and out, but you're able to get there and you can make out Nabisius in the distance. You'll have to yell.
Nibisius! Hi! Great Aquatech!
Oh,
I have a question for you really quickly.
What is up, my dog?
Yeah, you.
you're coming in real quiet,
Circus.
Tom.
Oh, I'm coming in quiet?
Yeah,
A little bit.
You weren't.
Now I can hear you.
Oh, I've moved. I wonder if maybe my connection was going in and out. It was doing that a little bit earlier.
It might.
So yeah, Nabisius he asks, what do you need?
Yes. So I have some. We have some sneaking suspicions that my friend George, an undead paladin of the sea, who was raised back to life after his corpse floated to the bottom of the ocean, may have had something to do with you or your powers, and we wanted to see and I wanted to bring him here to see if that connection holds up. So I was wondering what would be the easiest way for him to join me here in the Fathom Flooded Skies.
Highs or lows?
Highs.
Nabisius says, Nabisius says, no, my powers allow me to guide the dead and hold them in a state that's better than the line. Your friend George is odd. There's actually something almost blocking me from being able to do that to him. Should he die, he would go to the normal line. I currently do not understand the phenomenon of this.
Oh. So if we were able to figure out what that was, and were able to dispel it, then he would be able to be protected by you, and not be sent to the line.
He says, yeah, that would work. It seems like he says it does seem in some ways like a curse.
Oh, interesting.
Like it's something hostile that's reaching for him.
Interesting.
He also says that he did not have this when you two first met. He picked it up somewhere along the lines, so it's recent. It's not like he's done this for a long time.
Oh, we caught something recently.
It's the fish. It's definitely that little fish that we.
The goldfish.
The quipper.
George, even if you're dead, you need to be using protection at all times.
What the fuck? the fish a deadly kangaroo?
What?
So the kangaroo swam up George's pee hole, and now he's.
Oh my god.
You begin to feel your connection fading. You can ask one more question.
Hmm.
What if?
Oh, I have a question.
I was gonna quickly ask, what if George converted? What if he?
Well, I think that's part of what I was getting at before. If he was brought into the fold of the Fathom-Footed Skies. My question I was gonna ask, and let me know if you're more interested in hearing this, Connor. But like, what I was gonna ask is there a way to separate a soul that's been somehow taken by another god, like Aethermathy, for example, i.e., your dad?
I mean, you can ask him.
So if you're fine with that,
so Nabisius says, I think I can sense the souls that you refer to. There's more than one. Maybe about somewhere around a half dozen. And I have no. Either they exist in a state that's not quite dead, mostly dead. With the Princess Bride. You should probably seek out an expert in how Aethervathy functions to try and resolve that.
interesting. Okay, thank you, Great Aquatech, for your sage advice.
You get
yes,
kind of your vision fades as you say that, and you arrive back inside the room. Everybody's staring at you.
Oh, hi!
It's been
her responses or no?
No, it's been like less than a second. Like no time has
Okay.
passed at all. Blair was like, "I'm going to do it," and then immediately said hi.
Okay.
So, I have good news and bad news.
Go on.
So, good news number one. Actually, wait, that won't make any sense. Bad news number one. So, George, apparently you've been cursed at some point between me meeting you and now. And it's somehow related to why you were, like, reanimated in the first place.
Oh, it might. I kind of saw this as a blessing, really. I don't hurt or anything. At least I don't think I do.
That's what concerns me the most. I'm not gonna lie. Because apparently I was told the curse was hostile. Whatever the fuck the curse is.
I mean, I guess immortality is its own curse. I don't know. That sounds.
I mean, that is also true.
Benefits me in the long run. Let's be real.
Yes, however, the good news is that I've also found out that once we can figure out a way to dispel whatever this new curse spell on you is that you would be able to be brought into the fold and escape having to be sent to the line should you ever actually die. If you just convert to, just believing in the Aquatech and all that stuff.
But I like living forever.
Oh no,
Well,
this
the
is just
meaner
insurance
person
in
out
case
the
you
curse was
don't.
meeting Blair, but
So that you're not stuck in an endless purgatory for the next couple of thousand years at least.
I feel like that joke went under the radar.
Wait, what did he say?
I said if I was a meaner person, I would say the curse was meeting Blair.
Look,
That's crazy.
Look, I was joking earlier with Connar, and I described George and Blair's relationship as a very aggressive divorce couple.
What?
Look,
I feel like Lunu and Blair come off as more of a very aggressive
That's true.
divorce couple.
that's also true. Yeah, fair enough.
I think most of the
This is
time,
just a polycule that's gone wrong.
Yeah, no,
Very
this is
wrong.
A polycule from hell.
I think George has entertained quite a few of Blair's absolutely ridiculous ideas over the.
And he
It's
always
fine,
regrets
man.
it.
Not always.
No, it's very much like hold up, let her cook, and then Lunu going like, "Why did you let her cook?"
Oh, sometimes I've cooked up some great things, like getting us basil, for example.
Yeah, the
And-
dragon that's shoots out the most resisted damage type in the game.
Don't worry about that. That's not important.
Yeah,
He
sometimes
helps
you
us
cook
in
and
so
we
many
don't get
other
food
ways,
poisoning.
like actually succeeding in Arcana rolls when none of us can.
To be fair,
He's the smart party member.
He
Yes,
is the smartest one we
somehow.
have.
He's
Yeah.
going to school.
He's the only person who's had an education. That's
Now, if
Um,
only he learned to say no to his mom sometimes.
Right.
God.
Oh my
So
god.
just to steer us a little bit more back on track.
Yes. Oh,
so
I
there's a
also
couple of
yeah. I
yeah.
explained thing to Lunu too about how we need to find someone who is knowledgeable on how the fuck Aethervathy actually functions, and we might be able to find a way to save your dad, who is apparently not actually even fully dead, but in a horrible purgatory in between where he's barely alive.
So there are a few groups that might be able to shed more light on this information. The two most obvious are, of course, the Pope and then the Science Directorate.
He'd probably be a good person to talk to. A man or woman of science.
Oh, also, I'm pretty sure at previous points, and another one who probably actually would know a lot about it is the Inquisitor.
God damn it.
Gross.
So,
That's incredibly-
theoretically, if you wanted to try and trick some information out of him or cut a deal,
If
that's also technically an option.
Oh, true.
Well, let's also be real. We also know that he's probably a horrible Cronenberg. So, like, getting an answer from him.
No. They said the Inquisitor,
That would be
not Squilliam.
Oh, I thought the Inquisitor turned into.
No, the Inquisitor turned Squilliam into a
I like
whatever the
that
fuck you turn him into. We don't know yet. We don't even know what it is.
So I feel like
Inquisitor, after putting him in the tube, just left.
Mhm.
And
so
he,
I feel
like,
we can
winked
get
on his
two
way out.
birds stoned at once if we go to the Science Directorate, because like they're probably gonna want to know what the Inquisitor's doing. What this video we saw was, right? And also we can ask him about, hey, what the hell's going on with Aethervathy?
Hey, just for the folks at home, my mic fell off my desk for no apparent reason. I'd like to apologize for the audio nightmare I put you through.
We
Audio
can hear
jungle.
you.
I can't believe you have apparent raisins.
I'm so
Right?
sorry.
Parent reason. So, let's try science, I guess, or magical science, or Pope. That's my best bet.
Because like your dad was trying to work with time travel or something, right? Well, is that what he was working on?
I don't.
What was
No,
he doing?
he was teleportation.
Yeah.
Teleportation. So like
The time travel stuff was because he got stuck in the dream realm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. So I feel like even after like the entire war and like the restructuring of everything, they would still have some records on that.
Yeah. Let's go to our.
Maybe like a memorial of like here are the 6 people who exploded during teleportation experiments. Or
Oh yeah. Maybe it was some sort of thing like that. But yeah, the science director I think might be our best or easiest bet of finding information because there's no way they don't understand how Aetherbathy works.
Yeah.
and if they don't get it, they're trying to figure it out. So
Yeah, they're our best bet. The folks of science.
Yeah. All right, I'll be a little lab experiment, and we'll find out what's my deal.
And find out my
Okay.
parents.
So does identify detect like curses or anything real quick, just to like see if there is a curse on George.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. So yeah, that'd be immensely helpful.
You guys can do like all of like the identify the detect magic. As far as you can tell, there's nothing off about George.
Oh,
Other
Huh.
than being a weird little zombie man.
yeah.
Yeah, besides being a weird little zombie man, nothing seems to have changed in a way that you would be able to tell. And you get the feeling that it's probably because whatever the curse is isn't currently active.
Oh, so it like comes and goes depending on the situation.
Maybe.
So whenever he uses wild magic from his gun. I can't. Okay, imagine I'm actually right about that, and Tom's just saying like, "Holy fuck, I didn't figure it out that fast." But I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that was the stunned silence of.
Yeah, the
oh,
dead
shit.
silence. Could you imagine if I just completely?
Non-verbal about your idea.
It's funny. It has nothing to do with his gun.
Oh, okay. Could you?
I think you guys,
imagining like he.
You guys are. I haven't really figured out what the curse is yet, but that's okay. You don't have. You wouldn't be able to. You've not been given the information yet.
Okay.
I just introduced this.
I'm just gonna say we're pretty close with the magical Candiru.
Okay, so where do we, with all this information, what do we want to do, boys and girls?
All right, science.
Yeah, do we have her phone number? Can we just like call her up?
Oh yeah, because we could talk about that and the whole Simic hybrid creation machine thing with William too. And kill those
At least like set up an appointment.
It's kind of like it's the same thing as the Pope. You don't have a direct number, but you can set up through intermediaries.
Yeah.
And at this point, it's just you could just let her know that you're coming.
Oh, we could talk to Tito about the. Anyway,
Tito, you think he knows this shit?
No, I was saying it as a joke.
I mean, he might. You could ask him.
Will you dissect me and tear me apart?
Oh yeah.
No, about the Aetherbathy thing. I mean, I guess we could ask him since we're already here.
Yeah, if anything, he would dissect George. It's like, yes, soul. Where is the soul located? I always assumed above the kidneys.
Can you shoot the soul out of a gun?
Today's lesson, we will figure that out. And then, you guys get attacked by a fucking, by Tito. Anyway. Let's talk to our mans.
Yeah, you talk to Tito, and he gives you like this blank stare, and he's like, I have no idea what any of you guys are talking about anything about either of the issues.
Yeah, so
he's like, look, I know about the sociological behaviors of proto goblins and how to make firearms.
I mean, valid.
so
That's a
you don't
good,
know how
like,
the inner
focus
workings
to
of
have.
Aether Bathy work.
Yeah,
He says that wasn't his area of expertise, but a lot of people in the science directorate are really like there's a lot of research. He says that's where all the big money is, that he was always trying to get funding, and that's why he kind of needed to do a lot of stuff on the side, because they kept taking all of his funding.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Now I guess we fund you.
You know.
I guess.
Well, now we do.
He says,
How you talking
yeah,
before?
and so don't you go start funding that research as well. They have enough money. Keep funding me.
Okay.
Yeah, so with that, I guess let's just try to get a meeting with the science director and see what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm. And then after we do that, we should probably tell our newly formed alliance about it as well, if we get more information.
Yeah.
Because like that would be good for them to like have some information on.
Yeah. Yeah, tell them about everything what happened with Schoolium and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So you guys begin to head to the core, where the science directorate is located. Get rid of that token. And so you arrive, and you begin to make your way towards the science directorate, which is located kind of in the back of the head near the center of government. And while you're en route, if I can get everybody except for Austin, roll me a perception check.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Nat 20.
Oh boy. And
My thing doesn't
still
want to
rolled
roll.
higher.
Oh, there it goes. Now 1.
Nice.
I didn't notice shit.
And Austin, highs or lows?
You know what this is, Tom. Can we get much higher? So high.
So after you get off of the network of like the water that's pushes you through the body, you get out, and you begin to make your way over, and you all hear a loud bang, and Blair and Lunu both see where it comes from. They see a flash, and George, you hit the ground.
What the
Your consciousness begins to fade.
George, wake up. Work.
What, did he get assassinated?
Connor, roll me a medicine check.
Oh boy. Fuck.
He's already dead. It's kind of hard to tell. You're not getting any response out of him.
Oh
Can
no.
I roll an Arcana check?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. It's like, guys, he's
23.
dead. I'm sorry. I'm just like imagining, like, guys, he's dead.
There's no pulse.
Yeah. So you look off to the side, and you're just like you feel a magical pulse a little bit. You look over, and you see a crunched up bullet that has hit on the other side of George from where the explosion was, if the bullet had gone through him. And despite the fact that it's been crushed upon the impact, you can clearly make out George's name on the bullet, crushed together.
There was a bullet with your name on it.
The bullet, strangely enough, though, looks incredibly old, and the writing on it is faded, as if it's been there for years. There's still no response from George. People are freaking out. This is like a public area. There's a loud explosion in a building a couple blocks over.
Shit. So, I didn't see where it came from, but can I do some survival? Or Blair saw it. So, Blair, can you tell me where that bullet came from, where the shot came from? Because you saw the flash, right?
Yeah, and I point to where I saw the flash come from.
Yeah, and with your nat 20, you're able to give pretty spot on directions because you saw exactly where it was.
Yeah.
All right. So Luna's gonna stay with George, or something. I'm gonna say Luna, please stay here. Make sure that he's not completely gone. And I'm gonna try and run over there.
Of course.
Blair, if you want to come with me.
Yeah, I'll come with you, and then Basil will join too. Why not?
All right.
Actually, if you want, I can cast Fly on you, and you can get there even faster.
True.
All right, I cast Fly on Cinna, and me and Basil hop on her back, and we go Numing.
All right, roll me an athletics check.
My thing is taking. Okay, 14. I'll bolster myself.
All right, roll. 16.
16.
Yeah, so you're able to make some good time. You get to the building. You see where there was a building with a couple floors up, broken glass where the explosion had happened. You slam through the window, and you see a person turn around, very surprised that you'd have already gotten here. They're dressed completely covered in clothes in order to kind of hide their identity, and they're desperately jiggling the handle, trying to get out, surprised on the other side of the room.
Okay, smack him with a blunt piece of metal.
God damn it! No.
Roll me a strength check.
No.
Metal pipe. No, not the metal pipe.
Couldn't it just be a
Damn.
stick? It could be a stick, right?
What am I rolling today?
Yeah, so you pick up the piece of metal and you go to swing it, and he dodges out of the way, and you instead hit the door, and it opens and he bolts.
I'm chasing. I'm gonna keep chasing.
All right, so he's running down the stairs, and yeah, exactly. He runs down the hallway, starts going down the stairs. It's one of those staircases though, where there's the middle that you can jump down, and since you can fly, you just go right down it, and now you're at the bottom of the floor as he runs up to you. You can try and knock him out again.
One more try.
And if this fails, we're still on your back. So.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there you go.
All right, yeah, you're able to knock him out. We pan back over to Lunu. Lunu, you see this bullet. You definitely know, even before you've done detect magic, you sensed some radiated magic out of this. It's really hard to tell with George whether or not he's alive or dead because he's always been dead. What would you like to try and do?
I'm just trying to think spell-wise what I could do. I could good bury him.
Berry, George. Come on, you love the good berry.
Good, eat the berry.
Falls out of George's mouth.
Actually, I'm just probably gonna cast Cure Wounds on him.
You cast Cure Wounds, and roll me an Arcana check.
Okay. 20. Dirty 20.
Wow, good Arcana rolls tonight, okay, everyone. Great job.
It feels like if you tried to cast Cure Wounds on, like, a rock or something that wasn't alive. You are fairly certain George is dead.
Guys,
Shit.
I think he's more dead than usual.
And we were about to bring him into the fold.
So you arrive. The rest of you all arrive back with the unconscious assailant. You see Lunu there. Lunu is like, I think he might actually just be dead. There's now a crowd of people all around. A couple of like local guards have come over. They immediately realize who you guys are, though, and so they're cordoning it off. They're not messing. They look like they're waiting for instructions from you.
Does anybody know Revivify? I'll
do.
pay for it.
I do. I guess I'll cast Revivify on George.
All right, put the spell in the chat for me.
God damn it! I know I learn it. It's not on the fucking. Okay. Oh, good news. It's not that expensive, but still expensive. For a second, I thought it was 500 shiny.
You go to cast the spell, and you feel it being blocked. It doesn't consume the money, but the spell fails.
Oh, thank God. I mean, oh no.
God damn it.
That was out of character.
Yeah.
Druid.
Is there still like any residual magic in his bones, or is it just like a pile of bones?
It's like any other corpse.
Shit.
George has been shot before.
I think this is a good point for us to pan over to George.
No.
What?
Okay.
Let me sorry, this thing's giving me a little trouble here. Let me pan over to George.
Oh, is there a new screen, background screen? Oh, okay.
So George, you see the entrance to a line in front of you. you look down and your body is not the same undead body that you're used to. Your body looks like it did when you were alive. And you see in front of you these big gates, and it looks like it's just the beginning of this line that, as far as you can tell, it just keeps on going. There are new people like coming in all the time around you, and they're all getting in this line. And you feel a strong urge that you should get in this line.
Yeah.
And before you take the first step forward, though, something grabs your arm, and you turn around and you see what appears to be a fairly normal-looking, like what's the word? Greeter. No. It's like a parking greeter. Like they've been directing parking and traffic. They've got on like a yellow vest. They've got like the two yellow cones, like almost like what you'd see with like well, you've seen like a parking lot or like an airplane. They're here to direct the traffic, and they grab you and they say, "Oh, I need you to go somewhere first before you get in the line. Can you follow me?"
Okay. Hold up. Real quick, out of character. Is the line just the real world, apparently? And I'm just like a fucking costume
section
character?
of the line. The line is spread.
What are you talking about? This is obviously the line to get into the Holy Land experience.
Oh my goodness, God.
That's what you're going. You're going to the Holy Land.
Sure. Like, guys, I met our Lord and Savior
I'm going
Jesus
to Disney
Christ.
World. Oh no.
So yeah. So you just agree to follow this person?
Yeah, sure.
For people
Where
not-
am I?
I'm sorry, for people not from Orlando, Florida, the Holy Land experience is a now closed off Christian theme park. Yeah, I'll keep my thoughts about it stopped from there, but it is now since closed down and has become a campus for Advent Health. So make of that as you will.
I heard that they bulldozed it down. I didn't hear about them building an Advent Health on top of it.
I don't know if they've bulldozed it down even.
Like that big Coliseum still there?
Yeah, I think it's still there. It's just, a part.
It's pretty funny.
A part of medical facilities now.
So yeah, so George, this is where you find yourself.
Okay.
Or find.
You were gonna ask them a question?
Where am I? Did I die?
The greeter turns to you and says, "Well, yeah, you're dead. This is the line, and we'll get you in there pretty soon. Don't worry. I mean, you're not going to be going anywhere fast anyway, so no rush. We just got to do some things first."
Dang, I kind of had some things going on, but what's going on?
Austin, roll me an insight check real quick.
Okay. Here comes George with insight. I'm such an insightful person. As in, I have no insight. You think George would be alive if he had any insight, but I did roll a 14.
So you get the feeling like this person is being like, they're kind of like looking over the shoulder. You can tell they're nervous. This is not normal procedure. And it almost kind of seems like they're like, when they lead you, they're leading you in direction that has like less of the other greeters around. Like they're trying to keep you out of sight from everybody else.
Okay. terms of the special treatment.
They say, no, don't worry about it. It's all standard procedure. We just got to take care of some stuff first.
Does this entail? Am I in trouble?
They say, no. Everything's fine. We just gotta go over here first, do some checks, and then we'll get you right back in the line. I promise.
Alright, cool, I guess. How long is this going to take? I was going to help my friend do something.
They say this process should be over and done very quickly. The line is an eternity, though.
Oh.
Another
Weird.
guy in line is like, I died during the Outcast song. I died during Hag Hunters.
So you don't need to worry about your friends. I'm sure they'll be fine. I'll get you back in the line though. That's where you're supposed to be. But first I just need you to follow me real quick. It'll be okay, I promise.
Okay. Weird, but I mean, all right, fine. Who do I need to talk to?
They say, just keep following me, and they lead you off in the distance, and we'll pan back to the other group real quick.
At this point, Lunu's is poking you with the sickle.
Mm-hmm. So it has now been more than 10 minutes since George has died. And obviously the Revivify didn't work within the first minute, and it's still not working now. You've got a fairly large crowd around you. George's body is just sitting there in the square.
Can I get I'm gonna ask one of the guards if I can get like a big bag.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
They come back with a body bag.
Okay.
They say, "We understand this is your friend. Would you like us to move him for you?"
No, I got him, and I'm just gonna like start putting his bones in the bag.
Blair is just like weeping in the corner,
guys,
like.
George is not a skeleton. He still has skin. If anything, it'd be like a bag of bones with holding a bag of saran wrap.
Yeah.
It'd be like a fucking taking out a trash bag.
Like, I'm being gentle with it. I'm like wrapping him up like leftovers.
Oh my god.
Like, the only thing, if anything, he just has a cut open where his stomach used to be.
Alright.
Blair, highs or lows?
Blair is just like weeping in the corner, like, we were so close, we could have saved him from the line, and now we've lost the canonically strongest member of the Friends of Bubble.
Highs or lows?
Highs. Always high.
Even when we're at our lowest.
It's like higher. We gotta get high.
Okay. So, on a scale of 1 to 100, with 0 being the worst, Basil's at like a 6 for how he's taking this.
Out of a 1 out of what? 10? Or 6 out of 10?
100.
Oh
I'm
no, that's low!
Basil is like crying. It looks like he might kill somebody. He got along really well with George. Generally, all of the interactions between him and George have been like very good. This is the first time that something's died that he's cared about.
See, here's the thing. The obvious solution that we have is to go back into the dream plane and rip his soul back out of the line and shove it in there. Or shove it into
so the line and the dream world are two separate things.
Yeah. The thing that
They are.
separates, things like heaven, hell, or any afterlives from the dream world is the line. And we don't have any access to that.
Okay. One of y'all. Okay, different idea. One of you could kill me, and I can go in there, and I can go get him back.
No, that's not how that works.
Why not?
Because everyone ends up in a different part of the line.
Oh no! What?
Can you roll me a religion check?
Yep.
A religion check?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Usually it's closest to whatever afterlife you're going to.
My roll 20 is being weird, so I'm just gonna roll a d20 minus 1.
Just Cinna killing themselves like it's Higurashi.
If I even yeah, it's being messy. Can someone just like roll it for me?
Alright. You asked for this.
You said it's -1?
Yeah.
Alright, are you rolling it, Tom? I was just about to.
I got it.
Okay.
Oof. Yeah, you don't really know anything about it yourself. And then yours rolled and slightly
It was
lower.
worse.
It did take a while. But it's still basically the same. You have no reason to doubt Luna. Really, what I was doing was seeing if you rolled a nat 1 to be like, you're like really sure that plan would work.
Fucking kills.
But yeah, no, you would know that if you killed yourself, there's no guarantee you'd even be close to him, let alone be able to bring him back within a minute, which is what you would need to do for the revivify to work.
Which it's been 10. So revivify.
Well, no, but so like him going there, grabbing George's soul, so that way when you cast revivify, he could pull the soul back with him. That's kind of what it sounded like he wanted to do.
Yeah.
That he was getting George and bringing him back.
And even if you did.
And if you wanted to do that through a revivify, you'd only have 1 minute to do it, and there'd be no guarantee that you'd be even close enough. Let alone whether or not that would even work to begin with. Which the answer is almost definitely no.
All right, I'm still packing him up, and I'm still on a mission. I packed up his body. Can we get the bullet? Where's the bullet?
Yeah,
Wait.
found the bullet.
Did we try just talking to the fucking guy we knocked out?
I want to
Still
wait for him
unconscious,
to
but you
wake
can
up.
try and wake him up.
Yeah.
I wake him up.
Are you gonna do that here?
Yeah,
No,
I don't give a
want to
shit.
go to the science directorate first.
Yeah, let's
To, like,
let's
get into a
close
place-
to the science directorate. Maybe they could give us a spare room or something. Because if we have
All right, so there is like a bit of a crowd that you'll need to disperse to get through.
All right. So I'll get my good PR voice going. I'll be like, "Hey, excuse me, everyone. We're having some technical difficulties here. Everything's fine. Everything's okay. Everything's cool. But we would really appreciate it if you would clear a path, because I am not going to be responsible for anybody who gets in my way right now."
Roll me either a persuasion or an intimidation. Or performance.
All right. So I think I have better performance. I can't even see my sheet. Like, my stuff is like being so...
Oh, I can bring it up for you.
Yeah.
So it looks like you have
Sorry.
a 6 in both persuasion and an intimidation, but only a 2 in performance.
Okay. then yeah, I'll do persuasion. I think my bolster should still be up, so I'll add a D3 to that.
All right, I'll roll it for you.
I really
15,
like the idea
you're able
that
to
I'm
clear a path. People are like, obviously confused. They know something's going on, and as you're able to move through, as no one seems to really want to be in your way.
They just shot that guy and turned him into a skeleton. Oh my god, I hate that to happen to me. He had flesh one moment and he just turned into a skeleton.
I still have skin. It's just really gross.
It's less.
'Cause
So
there's
you
gotta be
guys, you get to the science directorate. The main person in charge isn't really ready to see you, but you're very like you come in being like, we've got a situation, get us a room, and people get out of your way, so you're able to get a room to yourself.
All right. So, okay. I will talk to, unless Blair, you want to talk to your son. I'll say like, hey, we're gonna figure this. Or Blair, do you want to talk to him?
Yeah, I mean, I've been holding it. I was trying to say this earlier, but I've been like holding it this whole time because I'm trying to. While I'm also bawling, I'm also trying to think of something. But like, this is why I want to talk to this fucker immediately, see what the fuck he actually did to George.
All right, yeah. Let's wake this guy up, get some answers, and if we like him or not, then we can eat him.
I don't know.
We
if
can,
we're
like,
gonna
just,
like
like,
this
murder
guy.
him.
He killed George.
If we like the answers.
Yeah.
Okay, that's better.
So let's just get him in the spare room and then just like beat the shit out of him until he wakes up.
So,
like,
how do you wake him up specifically?
Let's
Slap
splash
him
some water
awake
on him. Let's
as
waterboard
hard
him.
as possible while pouring water at him.
All right, he jolts awake, and he looks around, and he gets this big grin upon seeing your faces.
He's like, hi,
And he
how are
says,
you?
I did it, didn't I?
Yeah, depending on what you think you did.
He says, I killed him. I killed the strongest member of the Friends of Bubbles.
God damn it!
All right. Yeah, so good job. Congratulations. Give
Good
yourself
job.
a nice big pat on the back. Now, what I'm going to need to know is two things. I'm going to need to know how, and I'm going to need to know why.
He says, I don't even mind telling you because I'm proud of it. I'm the vice treasurer of the fan base of Nacrolita.
The vice
He
treasurer?
Yeah, the vice treasurer. He says, and I'm her 7th ranked fan. He says, but after this, I'm coming for that coveted main treasurer position.
I mean, like, after
He says,
this, you might not
and
have
as
eyes
for
to-
how I did it, I was just walking home one day, and this shady person, I couldn't even see them, came up behind me and asked me if I wanted to do this, and explained how to do it, and handed me a small box, and inside of it was a single bullet with Gutted George's name on it. And he said all I had to do was hit him, and it was an insta-kill.
Hey,
I didn't believe it, but I knew I had to try.
have you considered killing yourself?
I can help out with that.
He says, my my love for the true queen will carry me on even in death should you martyr me.
Okay, so we don't necessarily need to martyr you. We can take your eyes and ears and also like break all your fingers.
I'm gonna tell
Um,
Nagralita on social media. I'm going to steal your sending slate and tell her that you hate her on social media.
Your divine wisdom will see through your ploys. He says, any torture you give on to me will only further the cause and embolden the true supporters.
I feel like if
Nagralita
Lunu...
typing on his phone. I think you are stinky and smelly.
Macaroni is like, my tier 3s, get them.
Mods banned.
Already doxed him, boss. He won't see it coming.
He says, there's nothing you could do to me. My love and support for the true queen will get me through any torture.
Okay, can I like,
Because
break
I
your
was
fingers?
successful. I killed George.
Did you not? That's not George. She's George.
Roll me a deception.
I really want this to work so bad. Alright. I'm not good at this, but I got 20.
Oh my god!
So you wanna know something really funny?
Yeah.
What?
He rolled in that one. He says his lip begins to quiver a little bit. He says, "What do you mean?
Her name is
I missed?"
George. That's Stanley. That is Stanley.
That's
He
just...
says, "But there's no one named Stanley in the Friend of Bubbles. I just killed a random passerby."
Yeah.
Yes!
George was
He
taking a
the guy we
break.
hired to carry our stuff.
He looks sullen and he's like, no. I even bought the expensive scope. He's like mumbling over his words. From straight from the Boros company. I spent all of my life savings on that gun in order to give me the best shot with that bullet. I got it custom.
So the bullet's just
And it worked. It killed him immediately. Are you telling me that, like, if I just shoot a random person with any old bullet, it immediately kills them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes! That's how that works! That's how guns work!
He says, no. And he puts his hands on his face, and he just is like bawling. He's like, there's no way that I could have messed up this bad. And he pulls out a little figure of Necrolita, and he puts it on the ground. He's like, I'm sorry, like talking to the figure. I'm sorry, I failed you. And Connor, can you roll me?
Stanley?
Can you roll me a perception check real quick?
Yep. Give me one moment. Okay. That's a 12. But I'm gonna use my wheel and woe here.
I'll use guidance. If that's okay.
I'll allow it.
Alright, cool. Add the extra V4.
It's a total of 16.
So unfortunately, his sleight of hand was slightly more. He like bites a tooth and starts foaming up the mouth.
Oh no!
I can't believe I'm gonna waste my revivify on this.
He's still alive. He's like having a seizure though.
Wait. Druid. Oh, greater restoration.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm sorry. For a moment, I thought you were like going. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to get my thoughts together. Cause holy shit.
I cast.
Oh.
I mean, would lesser restoration work? If not, I can do greater.
Put lesser restoration in the chat first.
All right, give me a second.
You actually put both of them. I'll let you know. Greater restoration definitely would.
Hold up. God damn it. The 2024 update happened, so it's confusing me on like what is canon now. We're going with the original.
Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay. Give me a second. I just gotta get lesser restoration. There's lesser. Poison condition ends.
And paralyzed.
Put in greater.
Give me a second.
Connor?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to find like.
It's just in your spellbook.
What level it? Oh, it's 5th level. Jesus Christ. Because I thought it was 3rd level for the longest time.
No way. Yeah, it's way too.
Okay. It fixed.
Yeah, we'll say that the lesser restoration will be enough.
Okay. Yippee!
So you cast it, and it kind of stops it. It doesn't heal him. So like some of the damage that he's already kind of taken from it is still there. But it's no longer actively killing him. So he's stabilized. And he is conscious, but definitely like winded and a little injured.
Okay.
He kind of like mumbles. He's like, no. You have to let me take responsibility. I can't go back to her now that I failed.
Did you ever meet her to begin with?
You said you got
what'd you
this
say?
assignment from some guy who passed on the street.
Yeah.
Not her. Who was the person who gave you the box?
He says, no. I did this for her. She didn't know anything about it.
Yeah, so what again? How would she know that you even failed?
She says, you all have captured me.
And? Do you think she knows that?
I don't think she
No,
knows who
but
you
she'll
are, bro.
find out. She'll know that I tried and that I failed her. It's because my devotion wasn't strong enough.
How will she find out?
Wait, how did you get a cyanide tooth?
It's probably in the box, right?
He says, "Oh no, no, no! I bought that from the Boros company too. I wanted
Oh
to
my
make sure
God.
that I wouldn't like get caught when I bought the gun. They kind of actually was like a package deal. It was like 20% off if you buy both of them.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So it just made economical sense.
I'm sorry. All I'm imagining now is Johan and the two Johan brothers just like accidentally eating the cyanide teeth because they thought they were mints.
And then them just being completely fine.
Hell yeah, no,
No, because they're immune to poison and disease.
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, so we're gonna switch back over to Austin.
Okay.
Austin, you've kind of gone around to like a little back area. There's like a dumpster where like it looks like they've been throwing out some trash and that kind of stuff. It's mostly you get the feeling like things people have brought with them that they didn't really want to carry in the line. And it's like from all sorts of different parts of history you see in there, just random junk inside of this dumpster. And you're now pretty much out of the sight of everybody. And then there's just a trap door. And the person says, all right, open up that trap door and climb down, and then you'll see what this is all about, and you won't have to worry about and you can get back in the line, they say.
Sure. Okay. Opens the door. What do I see?
You see a ladder going down into the darkness.
Cool. This ain't gonna like destroy my soul or anything, right? Are they already on? Or like?
Yeah, no, they're still there. It looks like they're watching you. They're like waiting for you to go down. They say, no. It's not going to destroy your soul. It's completely safe. You can go down there. Don't worry about it.
Cool. Proceeds to like go down the steps.
So after you get down a little bit, the person comes over and they close the latch, and you're in complete darkness as you begin to descend. Once you get to the bottom, it kind of like gravity reverses a little bit, and you're able to kind of catch yourself and reorient yourself, and then now you're climbing up, and then you keep climbing for a while, climbing up now, and then you open up another latch, and you come out, and you are what appears to be in the back of a fantasy Denny's parking lot. There's a line going out of the fantasy Denny's, though. So it seems like you're just in another section of the line. And you climb out, and there's another one of the guards waiting for you. And they say, "Are you George?"
That be I.
He says, "I'm going to need you to come with me."
Okay. You're not like some weird thing that's gonna destroy my soul, right?
He says, "I have no intention of destroying your soul."
Cool. Because I have a thing later that I want to go back to the real world for, but I guess I'll wait.
He kind of like lets out a sigh. He's like, "Didn't they explain it to you? You're dead. You're at the line. You don't go back." Anyway, that's not important. Let's just deal with what we need to do today. We can worry about the line stuff later.
The motherfucker when he realizes that true resurrection exists.
Oh my god.
God damn it.
Not again.
Okay, seriously, what is this about? I thought I'm more surprised that I died just like immediately.
He says, "Yeah, that's what a a grudged cursed bullet will do to
Some
somebody."
juice left in me? What's going on?
He says, "No, you're 100% dead."
I mean, I was dead before, but I came back. I fell into
He
some
says, "Well,
hollow
yeah,
ground.
then you were mostly dead." He says.
I mean, fair, but I'll have you know that I fell onto some hollow ground because they didn't know where they were tossing my body, and now I'm alive, I think. At least that's what
He
I
says,
remember.
"Yeah, and I'm sure that they regret that." Anyway, please follow me.
I mean, who regrets that? Oh, yeah.
The people who threw your body.
Yeah. What about them? Are they in hell?
He says, "Are they dead?"
I don't know. I forgot how old I am.
He says, "Well, if they're dead, they're probably in the line somewhere."
You could say.
But anyway, you
the
come with
best
me.
line-
Don't worry about it.
the
We'll get
best-
this all resolved, and then we'll get you back in the line.
The best line to say right now is, "I sure hope so."
I sure hope.
Are they dead? I hope so.
I hope so.
So he brings you inside the fantasy Denny's, and he sits you down in one of the booths. The line, like once you're inside, it goes on what seems to be like infinite. He just sits you in one of the booths. No one else is sitting in the booths. They're all still in the line. And a couple of them are like kind of like looking like, why is this guy getting to sit in the booth? Feet hurt. And the guy starts to like walk away, and then he takes out like a little device, and he starts to like turn off some lights and where like the actual line itself is. So they're all in darkness, and you hear some people complaining about like, hey, we can't see anything. And then he makes an announcement. He says, it looks like we're having some technical difficulties. Don't worry about it. They'll be resolved shortly. Don't leave the line, he says.
Okay.
And then he looks back and makes eye contact with you very briefly. And then he turns and he faces away.
Oh, okay. Is someone gonna meet me or?
He doesn't say anything.
Service. All right.
After a few moments, you start to see some figures move from some of the other booths, get up, and they get closer and closer to you, until one of them sits down in front of you and begins to take shape and form, and turns into a ghostly apparatus of the mutiny leader from your ship days. And he turns and
pancreas.
Huh?
No, old Jimmy, no pancreas.
Yeah. He sits down and he says, "I don't have much of any organs anymore." He says,
"So making fun of my diabetes isn't funny."
he says, "Me and the boys were a little upset, to hear that you pulled a fast one on us after we killed you.
Fast one, more like
all of a sudden he says, we were just up here minding our own business, thinking we had gotten, rid of you once and for all. And lo and behold, some of the new guys come into the line talking about, oh, I was killed by friend of Bubbles." And we hear your name as the champion, the strongest one of that group. So we pulled some resources together, me and the guys, and he points around to the 20 other somewhat figures kind of materializing in the area. In order to kind of get back at you, you see,
Well,
we
you
knew.
already gutted me and threw me off a ship. What more do you want from me?
He says, we wanted you to stay dead.
Well, maybe you should realize where you're tossing your bodies. How was I supposed to know I'd be, like, resting in hollowed ground?
He says, look, all what I'm saying is that I'm happy that I carved that name into that bullet. Your name. And that it sat there and it gained power the longer you were alive. And all what it took, one person, one mortal to scry us and ask us a couple of questions about where it was. And I happily told him where it ended up. He got it and he passed it on to whoever needed to get you. And it looks like it worked. It brought you right to us. And we gave up our spot in the line. We're getting back in the back. So we can torture you for the rest of eternity.
Cool. What happens after?
Says, once an eternity goes by, maybe I'll retire, he says.
That's an interesting plan, but
for some reason, I just thought.
Damn,
like,
just say you're obsessed
George
with
pulled
him.
a fast one on us when we thought we killed you, because you left your gas stove on and we died of carbon monoxide poisoning.
Gas explosion.
I mean,
It's like as George is sinking to the bottom of the ocean, he's just thinking, hang on, did I leave my stove on?
I mean,
I was making eggs earlier.
The whole
Yeah,
ship
no.
burns down.
but no, is it just me or does this feel like one hell of a proposal? Like, I want to spend the rest of eternity with you, just like messing with
This
you.
is really romantic.
Yeah, no, really romantic, guys. But really, what's the point? I'm already dead.
He says, what's the point? What's the point? Do you know what you did to us? And you hear some like grumblings from all of the little spirits. Being like, yeah. What did you do? You know what you did.
Yeah, I took some money. I know I should have shared it among you fellas.
He says, what? You were embezzling too?
I thought that's why you killed me.
Says, no, you took away Taco Tuesday.
What?
We were running out of
Never
ground
mind.
beef.
We're not resurrecting George,
Damn.
strongest member of the party. We're gonna kill him.
Look through. And you got rid of it. Now, did we all eventually die from misuses of
monoxide
food because we had too big of Taco Tuesdays in the future? Yes. That is how we all died.
You knew you had a fish allergy, asshole. I had a fish allergy, asshole, when I was alive. I couldn't say, hey, let's have fish tacos when we were out of ground beef.
Oh my god.
The fact that George is a sailor and is
You
allergic
were
to fish.
embezzling too. Now we're going to be extra hard on you.
I'm surprised you didn't realize I was hiding money in my gullet when you cut my stomach open.
They
did take that money,
say
right?
there was money in there. We
That
just
was
gutted you and
money.
kicked you over.
Look, okay, you're giving me some whiplash here, media. Look, here's the thing, bud. as much as I want to be guilt tripped by you guys, actually no, fuck you. You guys were shitheads. They're the worst crew I've ever met. I have better friends when I lived again. In fact, fuck this, and fuck this pancake. It's a grand sandwich, sir. Fuck this! Throws it at this guy, and George proceeds to basically try to swashbuckle his way out of the Denny's.
All right. So this is a good point for us to now switch back to the other group.
Gonna make this Denny's into a set on the Pirates of the fucking Caribbean.
Yeah. So we pan back to the other group. At this point, you hear some noise outside, and there's a knock at the door. Where is it? The person who leads the science directorate, Dr. Alba. And then I don't know why I make last names so hard to say sometimes. Idiacathus. You hear her voice on the other side. She says, "May I come in?"
I mean, yeah, sure. The more the merrier.
All right, so she comes in. She sees the tooth, the poison. She sees that you've stabilized the guy and haven't killed him.
I'm going to. I'm. Really
and she sees the body bag with George. You could tell within her eyes there's a lot of calculations going on very quickly. It seems like she's grasped the situation. She says, "Did Revivify not work, or were you not able to cast it at all?"
Lunu, what happened? It got canceled, right?
Yeah, literally, I deposited the money for the spell, and it shot the change right back out.
So she reaches into, because her hair is like pulled back, and it's like going into a device. She reaches inside of it, and you can tell that it's actually very similar to that of a bag of holding. And she pulls out a little flashlight and starts like opening up George's eyes, flashing it a couple times. And she says, "Fill me in. 20 words. What happened?"
Dude got a grudge bullet, shot George, went down, dead.
She says, "You got 10 more words."
Necrolita fanboy. Random guy. Gave him the... got the bullet from a stranger. I don't know how many words I have now.
1.
I
probably miscounted.
Murder.
You've got 1. Okay. So she clicks off the flashlight. She says, "Do you have the bullet?"
We did get the bullet.
Can I see it? She holds out her hand.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll pass it over.
She looks at it and she says, "Well, this could kill him, but it wouldn't stop the Revivify from working. Something on the other side must be not letting you get to him." She says, "That's more of the realm for a priest than me."
You know anyone who does house calls?
She pulls out a slending slate and she says, "How much information do you want me to share?"
That we have a dead man we need to revive.
She says, "I'm calling the Pope directly," she says.
Okay.
Oh,
How much do you want me to tell him?
Tell him that
Just
Don't
tell him everything,
tell
right?
him who-
Oh, when you roll, let me know.
I wouldn't say it's one of us. Because if he sees that, he's gonna sense weakness.
there's a guy we need to revive, but it's not working out. Something's blocking out the other side.
Yeah, I would not tell the Pope it was one of us, because if he senses weakness, he's gonna...
No, yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Let's not say it's George. Because it's not George, it's Stanley.
Yep. Exactly. So wait, did I get him or not? You didn't. Oh.
So she makes
Do you think
a
we could
call.
do a trade? Like life for a life?
Oh, no. Just looks at him.
Looks at it and says, I'm not a fan of those kind of trades, but I'll find out. And she talks very briefly, seems to explain the situation with your guys' parameters. She listens for a little bit, and then she hangs up. And then she says, the Pope said to bring the body to the main church. If you do that, he'll know. But I'll be honest, the rumors are already spreading. He's going to find out pretty soon anyway. Based off of how he was talking, he might already know. If you bring it there, they may be able to try something.
I mean, it's our only hope, right?
Yeah, it's our main option.
'Cause I already know
She
my
says-
god can't do anything about it either, is the problem.
Yeah. She says, what do you mean?
What?
What do you mean your god can't do anything? How do you know
He's
this?
barely even a god at this point.
I may have spoken to him earlier today about this exact thing, but, you know, that's besides the point.
We actually came here for a much different reason. Initially.
He says, all right.
So...
We
Does
might
this
as
take
well ask her
priority?
while we're here.
He says.
What?
Does this take priority? He looks at Lunu,
I'd
and
say
when
so.
Lunu said that we came here for a different reason.
Can we walk and talk?
She says, I'll come with you.
Okay. Because this is also very important.
So do you know about teleportation experiments?
She looks over and she says, like, recently? No.
Way back when.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
She kind of like looks and is like, so we're gonna do this while we're walking.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys pack up everything. She says, "What do you want me to do with this guy? You want me to assign some people to watch him, or are we bringing him along?" Pointing to the fanboy. He won't be able to escape, I assure you. We've got,
yeah, we can...
strangely enough, some very, very
Do
powerful...
we bring him with us? Because then we risk him finding out,
Yeah,
you know, as
I
that
was
character.
gonna
We're just
leave
fine.
it to the responsibility of the science folks.
Sorry, what?
Leave them for the science folks for right now, and we'll pick them up on the way out.
Yeah.
I say we hog tie him, gag him like a suckling pig, and just leave him here. Yeah.
Yeah, super
No,
secure
He's
just in
already
case.
emotionally destroyed. I've made
Okay.
sure of that. He has no will of his own anymore. He can't even kill himself.
Yeah, so you guys leave them. You guys begin to head out. Alba seems to. You start asking her questions about the teleporting stuff, and she just immediately keeps going back to, why doesn't Revivify work? It seems like that's very like upsetting to her. So she's kind of like more focused on that.
My
But can you give her the full details?
Yeah, I mean, you probably already knew from looking at George that he wasn't very much. He was undead, and I don't think Revivify usually works on the undead.
She says, I mean, he seemed like a very classic reborn. We have documentation showing that Revivify works on them.
Oh. What is a reborn?
A classification of undead.
Oh.
It's mainly used in scholarly circles, she said.
God.
So they're created in multiples of different ways, but it usually means that they've got some connection to life, so that's why your healing magic works on him. You've healed him before in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So in that case, then he had all of this. I mean, maybe he's a subcategory where that the Revivify stuff doesn't work, but if what you're telling me about your previous visions with your deity, something is blocking his return. It has nothing to do with his body here.
Oh. Have you ever seen anything like this in the past?
He says, this really isn't my area of expertise.
Hmm.
Did it have anything to do
Or
with
even the
blood?
science directorate's expertise in general.
When it comes to your area of expertise, we wanted to ask you about Aether Vathy itself, like the organism.
She says, I can answer those questions, but first let's get this task completed.
Ah, okay.
So she arrives with you guys to the church. The science directorate and the main church temple are kind of like on other sides of town, but they're in the same town. So you get there pretty easily. And while you're going through the streets, though, you do hear some people talking. The science directorate has like guards, because them as the council, they have, this is like where the council kind of directly rules. So like streets are blocked off like before you even get there, so it's pretty much a direct shot. Like this is more than what you guys usually get in terms of the treatment. And you figure that it's because you're traveling with a member of the council. You arrive at the church, and the Pope Innocent is already there, ready to go. He's dressed. He says, "Bring me the body," and he puts out a big altar cloth on it, and he motions for you guys to put the body on the altar.
We set it up underneath the cloth.
He comes over and he says, "All right, take the cloth off. I
We
need to
take
be
the
able to
cloth
examine
off.
it."
I mean, do you have to see his face?
We can't get away with this.
Yeah.
We
So-
can't.
All right.
He says, "Look, there's rumors everywhere. I know what's going on. I said we're gonna work together. Just trust me."
Yeah, let's open it.
Yeah, Blair just takes off the cloth. She's like, yeah.
All right, so you take the body out of the bag, and he kind of examines the body a little bit. He casts Revivify. It fails, even though it's been more than 10 minutes. And he pulls out a behind the altar, they have storage areas. He comes back with a thing to burn incense. It's at the end of a chain, and he lights some incense, and he puts it across George's body, and he swings it back and forth. And some pretty intense magic starts to appear around it. Like even people who aren't necessarily attuned to magic would be able to see visually and feel the power that this is giving off. And what they do is George's body begins to glow, and then all of a sudden it immediately stops. And from there, the magic seems to fail, and the Pope looks at the body and he frowns, and he says, "I think I know what's causing this, and it's not very good."
Oh no, what is it?
He says somebody has, in the afterlife, bribed the correct people to keep George's soul in a certain area.
What? Who?
Says, does George have any enemies that's died?
Probably his old crew who murdered him in cold blood.
He says, well, we have some options.
That would do it.
It might be the people who murdered him in cold blood.
So he says, so we do have a couple of options here. Number one, we can try and connect with George psychically in order to see what's going on through his mindset. Or two, we can send one of you up there to go check on him.
See, I told you it would work.
He turns and says, "It's not killing yourself," he says.
I mean, I'm more than willing to go, as I have taken many journeys to the spirit world myself, or some sort of, I guess, afterlife? No afterlife? I'm not entirely sure what exactly it would be categorized as, but
born in the dream world.
That is different than the afterlife.
See, I failed to protect this man. I feel like I need to go in there.
Well, one of us has to be alive, so if someone tries to kill us while we're dead. You know what, Blair, you go ahead. Why not? Have fun.
Okay, well, yeah, I'll go in.
If anything, I'm probably the tankiest member of this party. No offense.
Are you? Oh, yeah, you are, because you can just turn to animals for
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Through the power of magic, I can cheese any encounter.
All right. So he comes back with another artifact. And he says, all right, so, I mean, there's no guarantee this will work for all of you, or even one of you, but we can give it a go. Who wants to try first?
I'll do it.
All right. He sits you down on the altar, and he puts the device around you. And if I can get you to roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no. Oh, actually, my wisdom saving throw is pretty high.
Oh yeah. So let's see here. Give me 1 second. Okay. So you begin to feel your like a power surge throughout your body, and you then kind of like you see your body as if you're looking from above, and you see like the entire room, and then boom, you are standing out in front of a Fantasy Denny's.
What? What the fuck?
Before we get back to you, he then turns and says, "All right, does anybody else want to give it a go?"
Cinna, you wanted to go.
Yeah, I need to go. I gotta go.
He lays you down, puts the device on you, and says, "Okay, make." He turns it on. Make the wisdom saving throw.
If someone wants to just like press on my sheet. It should be like a +6.
Yeah, Connar, if you want to do it.
Yep, I'll do it. If the sheet would load. Okay, there we go. Wisdom saving throw. Got it.
I guess I'm just cursed.
Yeah.
So the machine kind of fizzles out. He says, "Unfortunately, you're not able to attune to it." He says, "This has got enough juice to send one more person." And
And now they load. Come on. Okay. All right. Whatever.
yeah, and so he says, "Yeah, so we can honestly we can try again, but it's only got charged for one more." And Basil also steps up and says, I'm also interested in going."
And it makes sense because he's been to the Fathom Flooded Skies too, so he also has experience with this.
He's definitely, you can tell like he's not gonna like super push for it if you really wanted to, but he wants to at least be included in the decision.
And he was so sad that George died too.
Yeah.
All right. So Blair's body is like still here, right?
Yeah, it hasn't vanished.
Okay. So then, oh no, I don't want this kid to die.
I mean, he'll be next
I don't
to
want
me.
any of y'all to die.
I mean, he will be with me regardless. So out of character, he would be with me.
Assuming that the machine didn't just kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Parents who kill themselves with their kids will end
I
up-
highly doubt he would want to kill another one of the Friends of Bubbles with something that could potentially murder me if it went awry. You know what I mean? So, you know, you could deduce that he would probably not take a risk of that saying.
All right. So, all right. Okay. I'll let him do it. I'll let you do it. I'll protect. I'll try my best to like make sure that your bodies are safe here. But if you end up dying in there, I'll kill you. I'll come back in and I'll kill you myself.
Uh-huh. Okay.
All right, so you guys are gonna send Basil in? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
seems
sure.
like it.
If he wants to go.
right. If I can get someone to roll his wisdom saving throw for me.
Steven, you on it?
Yeah, let me find it. Just waiting for it to open. Here it is. Oh, you got it.
All right. So, shortly after you appear, Blair, a small green dragon appears next to you.
Oh.
I
Oh!
guess they would be.
Oh, Basil, it's you!
Basil says, yeah, who else would it be?
Oh, I mean, that's true. However, I just... It's just been so long since I've seen you in your dragon form.
So at this point, you're getting over the initial shock, and you see some light in the fantasy Denny's start to go out. Yeah, like the lights just start to go out. Not all of them, just over in certain sections.
Well, we better get moving. Because we... You know, who knows how long we have to actually find and save George.
Alright, so the two of you guys begin to run in. And I think at this point, it's probably a good point for us to break. I know it's a little bit early, but I think the next section will be a little bit. I'd want to start fresh. So I think on this cliffhanger, it's a good point for us to end for tonight.
Fair enough.
I will say one last thing to Basil before we break.
Uh-huh.
I didn't think I'd have to face the actual afterlife, or whatever this is. Well, actually, I was never going to have to face it, considering I would have been saved in the fathom-flooded skies, but even though I do have to take a trip here, Basil, I could not be happier to have someone like you here with me. I'm glad we can face it together and hopefully bring our friend home. So let's do this for him.
Okay.
I'm glad if I'm dead, you're dead too.
I'm glad that me and my son died together.
Why is the Denny's on fire?
Don't worry about that, sweetie.
Hey kids, go watch Tokyo Godfathers, and I want you to think about the ending part. That's what Blair did to.
I did nothing. Blair had absolutely no decision or part of that decision. I mean, she would be happy to have her son with. I mean, not happy that he's dead, but they're also neither of them are dead. But like she would be happy to have him there.
Good.
They've been through so much together at this point.
Are you really mother and son, or is it just your friend?
Well, it's time to do some plugs.
Yes.
That's true. Hey, I'm Boosh /Connar / your Lunu this evening. Remember, that was Stanley. Sorry. Do remember, that was Stanley. For some reason, everyone is quiet. Uh-oh. I think Discord died.
Did you
Yeah?
call again?
Boosh
I'm back, baby.
Yep, you died, and then
I can
you're
hear
back.
you now.
Repeat.
I can hear you now.
Repeat.
Repeat.
What you're going to say.
Give me a second. Now to never get a plug. This episode's gonna go on forever.
Oh no, you're right!
Yeah.
Fuck, I can't even do my plug! I can't usurp him!
Idiot. You fucking dumbass. I can hear you.
Pain!
Hello.
Yeah.
All right, say your plug, Con.
Hey, you know what? You know what's the great part about me recording? Everyone can hear my plug. But I'm Boosh/Connar/your Lunu. Remember, Stanley. That was Stanley. Follow me on Blue Sky and Instagram at Boosh at Conjoint Artist. Boosh with 2 zeros instead of O's, because I'm just special like that, you know? I am the chosen one. I am the
You are the anointed one.
I am the anointed one. Anyway, you can find me on those platforms. Join the Discord. Halloween's over. This episode's probably not going to come out until December, but actually not. Probably even farther than that. But you know, we hang out on the Discord. Try to do conjoined casts at least once a month or maybe twice a month, depending on our mood. Yeah, I'm gonna pass this over to Austin.
Hey, this is Austin. You can find me at @Octo_us on Twitter, though I barely exist. I just like memes. Bullshit. Anyway, Tasura.
Yeah, hi, I'm Tasura, playing Cinna, going through a crisis of purpose, because what's a meat shield to do when there's an insta-kill bullet? But yeah, I exist. I'm real.
Oh.
I'm a person. Steven.
Yes, it was I, Blair Audina, aka also someone who was barely too late to save their friend when they were literally about to do it 5 seconds before they got murdered. But with that, you can find me, Venty, at Venty179 on Twitch and YouTube, and OneVenty79 on the Twitter, the worst site ever that hopefully will have its CEO thrown in jail in the next 2.
Watch as Elon Musk dies live on screen.
Or that. Either one. I mean, as long as Mark Cuban can buy it to save everyone's lives at some point, then that's all that actually matters. Besides
why
that...
not just give Elon's life to resurrect George?
The laws of equivalent exchange.
Yeah.
I was gonna mention, if Lunu did not sound bent out of shape, Lunu was more confused, if anything. About
honestly, fair. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's like
if you think he's George, if you think Lunu's confused, George is just as baffled. Mostly because he realizes his crew is a bunch of dumbasses.
I'm just solid denial and anger.
Yeah, it's
like Blair and Basil are like advancing with purpose for their final potential chance to save their friend. Both like super depressed. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, "What the actual fuck is going on?"
No. How is this scientifically possible? Is Lunu's mood about this? But let's pass this to Tom.
Oh wait, no, it's Steven. I don't think he did it.
No, Steven did it.
Oh, no, that was the end of my plug, basically. So we can pass it over to Tom.
Yes. My plug for today is starting a GoFundMe to stop the inevitable heat death of the universe. For every dollar that you donate, that's like at least like 2 or 3 minutes it adds on at the end of time.
The universe retracts every time you donate $1.
Yeah, so we don't lose all momentum and energy.
Go back.
Anyway, that's my GoFundMe. Please donate. Go to the link in the description.
I don't think he'll show up there. Anyway, good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good night.
Everybody.
Thank you for giving me one of the funniest. Thank you for giving me one of the funniest fucking sessions, Tom.
This is really solid.
You would enjoy this.
Like, I thought there would be some drama to this, but no. George's crew are just dumbasses.
It's like, no, George is a skeleton. How is he dead? Skeleton
He should not be
die.
dead.
Skeleton is skeleton.
Skeleton. Skeleton
He is
dead.
bones. He is not dead. He is bones.
It should have been me, not him. Me.
I do like the theory that there are people who's like, that guy got shot and got turned into a skeleton. Just instantly, they fucking Green Goblined him.
They Green Goblin him.
George always looked like that. What are they talking about?
George always looked like that the fucking 3 people in Spider-Man 1 that got shot with the pumpkin grenade and turned into skeletons.
Oh no.
Anyway,
Me
good
what?
night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Night.